Hello everyone, and welcome to the bridge of the Here's to Us. It is a beautiful, beautiful April morning here at the anchorage at Hoggs near Stuart, and we had a very peaceful night. The winds were pretty constant out of the east-southeast, so the boat had a little bit of a swing, but it was very nice. We didn't get waked by any boats. We're just outside of the ICW. There are some beautiful homes around here. The sun is coming up, and I turned on the active captain and chart plotter to get the route in there, and there's a software update for one of my marine devices, so we downloaded that. In fact, there it is. It's okay, we're gonna install them. They download to the phone, and then wirelessly they go into the chart plotter, and that distributes it to whatever devices it's hooked up to. So that's being done. We also put the route in there, and I talked to you before about the 5 W's, which is weather, wind, waves, weekends, and wishes. So let's go through them. The weather is good. The wind is what it is. It's coming out of the south, so we're going to be heading south into it for a while and then making a turn to the port and joining the intracoastal. So we'll get a little push from the winds. The waves shouldn't be much. We're in the intracoastal waterway, and again, the weather looks just great. It's not a weekend, which is good, and the wishes are really driving us at this point because we have some friends we want to see. So, and while there is a 3-day period of bad weather expected over the weekend, so we're going to move the boat as far as we can to try to see some friends that are out there. So we will be picking an anchorage as we move along. Fuel's not an option here. We have plenty of fuel to get going, and so we'll be looking at a place upstream to refuel, and we will also be trying to calculate, hey, when does our last 1,000 miles to cross our wake actually start? So that'll be chores for today, so come along and let's see the scenery along the way.
Yeah, the anchorage was right back there, and on the right there are just these beautiful houses all around. So it was a lovely evening and a really nice place to stop for the night. Evans Prairie Bridge. The bridges that we'll face today are all highway bridges, so they're high enough that we don't have to have any of them opened. So that is a really good thing. Nothing will slow us down except traffic.
Well, it's a beautiful April day, and we are at mile marker 987 on the Atlantic Intracoastal Waterway. We have completed the Okeechobee run of the Intracoastal Waterway, and so now it's just a matter of heading north, 987 miles to Norfolk, and we'll see where we end up today. It's likely that we will be going to another anchorage. Trying to get some of the marinas to call us back has been a challenge, and space in there, so it's kind of pleasant to anchor these days, so we may do that as long as the weather's good. We're at mile 970 on the intracoastal waterway, and out here we have a sailing vessel northbound, and we don't know the name because you know, the sailing vessels usually have a dink on the back there. I can't see it, so I'm going to hail him and ask him which side he's got priority since he's under sail, and we'll ask him which side he wants. He kind of looked like he was hugging the green, so I was going to ask if he wanted a 2-whistle pass, but we'll see what he wants. So let's hail him. Sailing vessel northbound sailing vessel on approaching green on 195. Motor vessel, Here's to Us on your stern. So as you're going along, primarily navigating by visual means, and we've got the red on the left up here, but you see out here there's some shoaling, and I'm also picking that up on a past Corps of Engineers survey on there. So we just come a little bit to the right a course and stay away from that buoy that they've stuck out there. And watch our depth. We're doing good. So be aware of those things out there. Primarily visual navigation on the intracoastal waterway, and back it up with your charts. You know, when you got a long stretch and it looks good and you got an autopilot, go ahead and tie it to the autopilot, give yourself a break. But eyes out front and in the back, Rev's watching out for boats coming up on us and that kind of stuff. So watch out. There it is. We just hit a little bit of a bump there going over this stuff. Got a red out there. I'm still in 10 feet of water.
You're looking at the Fort Pierce Inlet over there. And beautiful, beautiful blue, green water everywhere.
So just past the Fort Pierce Inlet, and we have the North Fort Pierce Bridge that sailboats will need to open. But here's to us is short enough to get under there. 23 feet is what it is. And I've looked at the board over there on the right. We have plenty of height to get under that bridge. So, otherwise, we would be looking and trying to time it. So no bridges today as we head up toward the Melbourne area and figure out where we're going to stay.
No bridges that we have to have opened.
Right.
There's tons of bridges.
Yeah, there's tons of bridges, and all the other bridges are 65 feet high. So we are good to go. And you can kind of see that board over there. We're looking at 20, 22, probably 23 and some. And that says minimum clearance, so we can assume if we went into the notes that we would get some extra height at the center of the bridge. All right, a beautiful April day, nice and cool. Rev is back there in the business class section, working on videos for you. So remember to thank her.
This is Vero Beach area, and last time we came through here, we stayed over there at the Vero Beach Marina. Looks like there's a giant boat over there where we were. Anyway, it's a manatee zone, so let's keep our eye out. I remember a lot of dolphins here when we were coming out. I just saw some dolphins swimming around this. Huh? Did you see them, Sam? And look at the bird. Oh yeah, they went over there by that pontoon. And look at the birds up there on top of the marker. Very cool.
So we have a big boat on our port side here. I saw him on the AIS, called him. His name's Margin Call. Said let's work out a pass, and so I said I'll slide over to the right and I'll do a 2 pass, and that's what it looks like about what we have here. Passing on the 2, I'm on the right edge of the channel here. And focus on the front there. And so we pulled it back here. It's giving us a nice slow pass. Atlantic Beach, North Carolina. That's kind of where we're going, Rev. So the idea is, once he's passed you and safely passed, and you can maneuver, we'll go ahead and turn in and tuck in behind his stern. Check it on the left here to make sure nobody else is back there.
Just jet skis.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for the pass, sir.
Okay, thank you. That was textbook.
Takes two to do it, though.
Well, very peaceful day, but it's starting to pick up, isn't it?
Yeah, it is getting busy. We're mile marker 938 or so on the Intracoastal Waterway, and starting to see considerable amount of traffic here. Big boat coming, big boat past us.
And there's a beach over here on this side.
We don't want to go over that way. Stay out of the way of this guy, move over to the right side of the channel. Give him room.
A lot of action.
Yes,
There's another beach up there with some pontoon boats on it.
So the Intracoastal Waterway along the Atlantic is fairly narrow, and average depth 9-10 feet, sometimes more. Just got to be careful. Just a little bit of inattention, you'll get out of the channel, and it's not a good thing.
Just saw the cutest tow, Peggy Ann from Miami, Florida.
Yeah, so we had a sailboat at AIS. I was able to get his call sign, and of course she's got that mast.
Look at that, I fit. All clear.
Oh, yay!
Done good.
Ooh, that's pretty close though. Oh,
whoa,
did you see that?
Yeah, right in front of us. Anyway, so we called the office. That's the name of the sailboat there. And we saw him coming. We know he's concerned about his mast, so we called him and said, bring it on through. And he was happy about that. And we got to see what that 65-foot looks like. Looks like he had clearance here, plenty of clearance, but it's hard to tell from the angle. So anyway, just trying to be a little considerate on the Intracoastal Waterway. And it's nice when a sailboat does answer. He had AIS and very professional, so very cool.
Melbourne Harbor Marina, sail vessel Willow.
Starting to get a little busy here. We can see people have anchored off of this bridge, which I don't know that is marked as an anchorage, but it looks like, yeah, it is anchorage Melbourne North Causeway. We're going to elect to go up the next one, Dragon Point, just push it a little bit more. And anchor out there. It's called the Eau Gallie Causeway. O-E-A-E-U-E-A, something like that. E-U. Eau Gallie. We are getting ready to bed down for the night. It is the Eau Gallie Causeway, and that is E-A-U, Gallie, G-A-L-L-I-E. The Eau Gallie Causeway, and it is connects the mainland there, Melbourne, over to Satellite Beach, that area, and kind of my old stomping grounds in this area here when I was stationed at Patrick Air Force Base way back when, my first staff job. And we're just going to go up here and anchor, enjoy the evening, a nice quiet evening. So we're going to kind of go out there. It should be about 10 feet of water. I see a sailboat out there already. Kind of coming up here to the starboard side. My way in here. There's a sailboat out there.
Sailboat.
We're going to be a
We
little
want to
bit
go,
further north
yeah.
in that. We're going to follow our line that we got put on here to go in there, because there is also an exposed wreck out there.
And
Going
crab
in,
pots.
And the further away from the bridge, the better, I would think, right?
Yeah.
The noise.
Mm-hmm.
We've taken a look at it on the sonar, the navigation sonar there from Navionics. Looks pretty good. Well, we made it here just a little under 80 miles today. It was, you know, it wasn't bad because there were no bridges that had to open, there was no locks, and we've been through this area before, so we were just trying to put some water under the keel here and get on going. Nice anchorage once we finally did get in here, called Towboat US, and they said, hey, this is a great anchorage, but as we came in here, crab pots, fishing pots, I don't know what they're all kind of scattered around here, so you gotta kind of pick and choose. Had a sailboat out here, had an AIS on, called him, and made sure he was comfortable with where we were going to be. And so it is time to relax and enjoy this anchorage, because it is beautiful here, and I would expect that the 17-knot wind will die down probably in an hour or two. See you next time on What Yacht To Do.